apothecary is now permanently a frog
Okay.
forever.
I was expecting it to be barbarian, paladin,
No.
warlock, wizard, blood hunter.
No, I now
With frog.
permanently play as a frog.
Oh, lovely.
It kind of sucks.
I couldn't convince Gabe to give me a melee attack, so I'm just permanently a frog.
Are you diseased as a?
I am. I'm
amphibian?
Yeah.
frog.
The fact that they're a frog now actually has evolved the disease to be able to spread to other amphibian-like creatures and not just reptilian.
You have just created a genetic modification of this plague. You created
Yes.
Delta variant.
Yeah.
I am bringing down the downfall of civilization.
If you keep evolving, it's gonna get worse.
So, if you have sex with a human, do you think we could create a human variant?
No.
Or you have to
The
have sex with a
apothecary
bat?
has to turn into a human.
Interesting.
But it can't be through normal polymorph. It has to be through like something like true polymorph.
Do you reckon I could create the D&D?
Also, basically, we're basically doing the whole like Ramon turning into a fucking raccoon.
That was polymorph.
Yeah, this is definitely all what's happening.
No, you
what
had
else
true
has gone on?
polymorph.
If I roll a 100 on a D100, I cast Meteor Swarm on myself.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
It's the best.
What happens if you roll up?
If I roll a 1, I explode.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's just straight death.
Did you explode on every other dice roll between?
No, on every other dice roll, nothing happens. But if I get a 100, it's Meteor Swarm. And if I get a 1, I explode with this.
When did you roll that
yield
100?
When I explode with a yield of a small thermonuclear bomb.
Well, that's the same thing. So how often do you get that?
Every time I take, deal, or think about damage.
You think about damage, that ability goes off. Brilliant. Any more? What else happened? Something real?
We escaped the city. We had to spend some time camping in the woods.
Why? What?
Because we're wanted in the city.
So you just left?
Yeah, we just had to leave.
Oh my god, you guys are such pussies without...
We're trying to sneak back in. The apothecary and Pierre are trying to sneak back in through the sewer. We were confronted by the weird tiefling rat man.
Sure.
Who I called him Jeff, and he got very upset, so we had to nearly murder him before he ran away. And that was where it left off, really, us failing at some very simple puzzles.
Yeah, what happened? What? You guys left the city?
We left the city, spent some time camping in the woods.
Like 4 weeks.
2 children appeared while we were camping in the woods. Some random children are now part of our camp because we didn't want to abandon orcish children in the woods.
One's a dwarf.
Right, a dwarf and an orc. We didn't want to abandon children in the woods, so they're now staying at our camp. We tried to break into the city via the sewers, and we failed at some very simple puzzles.
They were literally the easiest puzzles ever. I can't lie.
When you do puzzles for your D&D group, you have to Google puzzles suitable for toddlers. Because that's about the level your team's going to be operating on.
Baron?
Who was it that said a group's IQ is not the highest, but the lowest person's IQ?
Yeah. Yeah, and essentially, they're now in the sewers. They got 2 kids. You have 2 kids back at camp. And, it's all fun and games.
So yeah, now Arli's a dad. Sort of against his will, but whatever.
What?
Arli's a dad now. We've got to look after these children.
Oh, okay. We're adopted. Okay. I was like, wait, what happened to Arli?
Arli, you know.
Misunderstand.
Arli went through some shit.
Arli.
Yeah, as long as Arli hasn't had any children while I've been gone. Biologically.
Arli was a sperm donor in college.
Arli.
And now the children of his donations are trying to hunt him down.
To earn money while Arlai was captured for like the past 8-9 hours that he's been captured, he's had to make ends meet.
What?
By selling his spemen.
Arlai has become a prostitute.
Harley's become the best prostitute.
Well, at least he's trying to put it in his stride and hopefully his thrust as well.
Alright.
Wait, is your character Arlai?
No.
Isn't he an old man? Last time I checked.
No.
Oh.
Arlai's in his early 20s, isn't he?
Oh. For some reason, I thought I might have
He
confused a
just
different
sounds,
person.
acts, and behaves like an old man.
Maybe,
Yeah,
or
Harley
I'm
is
confusing for another character.
indeterminate. I don't think I've ever given Arlai an age.
No.
Like all of my characters, the apothecary's in their early 20s.
Come here, Nico. Ow. Bitch.
Just for Gillian, who's now 43.
Yeah. Doing the math.
Old.
There should be another Moon one shot. Just saying.
Maybe one I can actually join.
What can we do with
Maybe.
Zimmer frames?
What'd you say, Gath?
And we do them with Zimmer frames.
What the fuck's that?
A walker. One of the square old people walkers.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. My cat jumped somewhere she's not supposed to be. Hold on. Hey, get off the
Do
counter!
you guys mind if
fat
I
bitch.
share my screen while I'm playing Dead by Daylight?
Go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna be made.
Sorry,
so-
I'm back. The moon's not even old.
He's an old man.
Ramon
He's
was in his
30.
late 30s.
Yeah. He's 35? Yeah. 35.
Historically, most people who have lived by the sword have died by the sword long before they saw 30.
Okay, Ramoon's age is 35, but his body's physical age is like 30. Remember, he died and his soul was transferred to a younger version of his body after being squashed by a god.
Yeah, but how much younger? It was only like a year younger.
It was a
wasn't
few years.
It was a couple years.
It was like, what, 5 years younger? I don't know.
Around 5 years younger. But younger is younger.
But no, Gillian, in my mind now, has that. You know, when cats get old, they lose like the fur color in the bottom of their nose. Gillian's now got that. Where,
Aww.
like the fur, her whiskers are whiter, and the fur on her nose is starting to go.
Can Gillian technically die of old age? Before we start my shit, I need to know this.
No. As part of the thing, I wrote down Gillian no longer ages, but I like to imagine that visibly she's gotten to middle age now.
Okay.
Oh, are you gonna end up as old lady Gideon forever? That
I
has the
didn't-
devil like curses for them. Fuck you. You get to be old.
I'd imagine Ramoon also has stopped aging after becoming an Arc Devil.
No, it's like what do you call it, aging? Where you hit like peak before you hit middle age when things start to hurt and then you stop.
I mean, Gillian's already getting old.
I'll
I want to see old lady Gillian.
You want to see old lady
I think
Gillian.
Gillian's stuck to old lady.
Grandma
forever.
or Gillian is
draw
needed.
Gillian with a walking cane.
Yeah, it's still like a complete badass, but now like old, really old.
She has the sword of Cass embedded into the cane.
The sword of Cass is the walking cane.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
sort of Cass is now so fucking bad.
Killing
Iron
us.
Throne style, 4,000 swords have been slain.
I'm surprised I managed to give a legendary artifact an eating disorder. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do about that.
Keep it from eating, of course. It's a disorder for a reason. You have to fix it.
You should feel bad about that.
What, the fact that I gave a magical sword an eating disorder?
Yeah.
I don't even remember how I did it.
You just kept saying it was fat.
You kept
Yeah, that's
shaming
'cause
it for wanting to
that's
eat
'cause it-
things.
Weighed something like fucking 12 pounds. You know how heavy that is for a sword?
Quite heavy.
Proper Zweihander anti-pike great swords weigh like 8 pounds. A 12-pound sword is ridiculously heavy.
Jesus Christ.
It was because he was cursed by the greatest enchantment wizard of the era.
Till we blew up a fucking house.
No, you
Yeah.
burned Ernest's house down. You blew up Celeste's house, which where
Yeah.
the sword was, but Ernest did the enchantment.
Oh, Ernest can be interesting.
Well,
you burned her house down.
But
This
we burned
era's
her
best enchantment
Except for-
wizard now is Finn. Because that's the school that Finn is.
Yeah, Finn has become the greatest enchantment wizard now that
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ernest died.
Ernest didn't Ernest
Where-
go away to an island.
Yeah. But how did she die?
She went with the 2 remaining surviving mages and just fucked off forever.
Unfortunately, not.
No, did they all die?
Yeah, Ernest had to sacrifice a lot of her magical energy for the whole Lucy's memory stuff.
So
She
she
probably didn't live very much longer.
No.
she died eventually. What about Wes and Brain
Wait,
Boy?
Ernest died?
What about? I mean, we know Jonathan's just in the astral sea fucking around.
Yeah,
like he likes.
I think Wes is all right. Obviously, he has now eyeballs
He
that
is.
walk around.
Guide eyeballs?
Yeah.
As he lost his eyes. And instead of doing the sensible thing, like using normal healing magic, we let Tip at it with a fucking stone.
Yeah.
When Ramoon could cast heal or
And
greater
regenerate.
restoration.
Oh, why bother?
Yeah.
And then
Wait, so Ernest is actually
No,
dead?
it's-
Yes.
There was another mage that was
This is his
described as
stalker is
sexy,
gone
but
now.
I didn't get to interact with.
yes, there was a conjuration wizard who was sexy.
Yeah.
Um,
We
I
never
never got Gillian never got to interact with her.
Did we kill her?
I
She's
think
alive.
we blew up her
Yeah, you
airship.
killed. I thought you
We
killed
blew
her
up her
like
airship and she just
within
left.
5 minutes.
Okay,
She
that's fair.
left with the Warforged, whatever his name
Okay,
was.
yeah.
No, that was Oni.
Oh, yes, Oni. She's alive. We
Yes.
didn't kill her.
She
Yeah.
lived.
Gillian
What sh-
didn't get the chance to do the whole flirt with Diane.
Yeah,
and
Wes
everything.
probably died again. Not lots of that life force sacrifice for the whole Lucius stuff.
What's
So they passed within like probably 5 or so years of the campaign.
so my question is the Warforged and Oni. Once they heard about the Empire changing to a moon, did they just fuck off out of the
Oni
Empire?
became a fashion designer.
Okay.
I thought they left to go live on an island somewhere, like as far away from us as possible.
Yeah, that was what the Wes and Ernest would have done, but
Well,
they
I
did.
sides.
I don't really know what Ironside does.
Because
I think-
Ramoon offered Ironsides a position and he just looked at Ramoon and went, no.
Yeah.
And then left.
Yeah.
He's basically an immortal, powerful wizard, so I don't know. He might just like gone full recluse.
I'm sure
What-
he's
what if-
fucking off over my hips.
What would happen if Ramoon tried to pay at Zariel for Celeste's soul?
Yeah, I think you'd probably like trade it to you for 100,000 souls or so.
Yeah, just to have Celeste's soul and be Celeste mining the cold steel for
Moon has to
Zariel.
sacrifice 100,000 people.
Oh, that's usually no problem.
Easy as an emperor.
Yeah, just put a stipulation in that whenever a prisoner is executed, you must do this religious rite first, like the Catholic Church did.
Yeah,
super easy.
exactly.
You know, I think that's a pretty fair bargain for something Marines that desperate for.
Yeah.
I think Zariel would, eventually we've got to give
I
it
don't
up.
know. I killed Celeste pretty damn good.
Yeah.
She also was about to kill all of us
100,000
pretty damn
much
good.
how I feel about you. Yeah, that's 100. No, that's like what? It's 100 souls get you an ice devil. 1,000 ice devils on the battlefields. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so, speaking of fair and being caught up, yeah, I'll lie. We're gonna cut to you. The last thing you saw was a bolt of lightning striking you down. The next thing you heard was a few whispers here and there. For the past 8 or 9 hours, as your eyes were shut, you coughed and wailed. As you were used as a punching bag. Magic seeped into your mind, and I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Can I use real dice?
Yes.
3.
3?
What's that?
So did you say calm?
Wisdom.
Wisdom's only a +1. So 4.
Alright. That's a
I
fail.
kind of didn't think it mattered on a 3.
No. No, it didn't. But... yeah. No, your mind, you can feel something enter your mind.
It's a
God, do they know all of Arline's dark truths?
it's a big
Yes.
giant spike. They were
You
giving
can
you a frontal
feel-
lobotomy.
All of the dark secrets Arline knows about the rest of the party.
You can feel these people kind of seep through your mind like it's a cheap filing cabinet.
1,000 memories of 1,000 memories of Officer London.
Do you want to give some clarifications on what they might find in your mind?
I don't think what they're looking for. I think Arline is full of military drills, reading lots of books. Trying to be this perfect officer. You see like a younger hippo man without the voice and a lot scruffier and urchiny, but
A young, enthusiastic Arline ironing his uniform every morning.
yeah. But yeah, Arline's not, a bit lost picture of fucking sewers at the moment. After stretching through it, that was not a fun experience for our liking as a uniform dirty.
No.
I think that's just like a big blank patch at near the end of his service.
Yeah.
Arline refuses to remember.
Your mind. They dig deeper. You don't know who because the world around you is dark. Hey! Nico! Fucking get off the TV!
It was
Cunt?
Nico that did it.
Yeah.
Nico probed your mind.
No shit, what?
Eventually, they take something from your head. And you hear them speak. At least a few different voices. This must be it. The ingredients to the cure. You hear a woman's voice. It was really that easy. Just fiddling around in the stupidest one's head.
So Arlo actually has no memory of these ingredients. It's just moss, others.
Moss,
You've seen-
mushroom and some other thing.
I think you hear a familiar voice speak. I think we have no more use for him. We'll send the boss these ingredients and find out what and if we can kill them. Angus, you're on watch. The two familiar voices leave. Angus, a little mad, grunts. And then you feel another pound against your chest. And the world fades once more. Suddenly, light hits your eyes, and when you open them, the blindfold has lowered. It's further down your snout. As you can see, you're in what seems to be a closet. And you can hear outside the door. Well, roll a perception check.
Okay. Arlo has really good perception. The 13?
Yeah. It sounds like shuffling of some sort. Not of feet, but of cards? And Arli, what would you like to do? Your hands seem to be a little loose for whenever Ty was holding them.
Oh, lovely. Arlo's just gonna use his walk strength to break these in half.
Yeah, roll for it.
It's a 4.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's enough. You've been beaten for the past, you don't know how long. Hours, days, weeks. But, your strength still hasn't fully come back to you.
Alright, what's the sound doing as I fail to break out?
Say it again?
What's the sound? What's going on with that as I'm failing to break out?
You sit there and you struggle. And, you can hear two people you don't recognize their voices, laughing, and one person just kind of sighing, and then you hear, "Now you gotta take off the shirt."
Oh no, you're disturbing some rando script poker game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how concerned I should be about this. Yeah, can I, more strength is going to work. So I'm trying to think what you think. I think he's going to, can he just sort of investigate the room?
Yeah. There seems to be a light above you. Was left on. You seem to be what appears to be a closet big enough for a gift. And the rack above you seems like it could hold. It was holding your hands up as your body is essentially laying against the wall. Wooden room. So I'm not giving a good description.
It's a room-like room with something above me.
Yeah, it's a room-like room with a light. It's the most room you can see.
So
It's
you're
the
in,
most
like,
closeted of closets.
You're in like a broom cupboard.
Yeah.
Can I roll an investigation check to find a secret passage and or other means of escape?
Yeah, roll it.
19?
Alright.
I rolled awful.
I like how you're using real dice and then you stop.
I got
You're
3
able-
on my first one and gave up.
You're able to get your hands. You struggle a bit as you're tied to a coat rack, and then suddenly, out of the blue, you can feel the little hanger thing that holding the coat rack hanger thing turn as you're moving your hands, and you keep turning it and turning it, and you think you can feel like you can tug it as something lets loose, and then yank as the wall behind you collapses. You fall through, and on the other side, you can feel grass and a few splinters into your back as you have yanked the wall off from behind you.
Lovely. I'm worried it's not completely untangled here. But based on our previous escape system and the fact that he is now outside, it's going to run to the nearest sewer.
All right. You start running and you hear alarms go off. Roll me a acrobatics or athletics.
You sure?
Yes.
Is online acrobat?
Or athletics.
Show acrobatic. 15?
Yeah, you're able to get out of there before
Backflips.
anyone sees you. Um, as you're running, you bump into someone, and they fall flat on their ass. And the thing they're holding seems to be a bag of holding with is that your gun kind of poking out of it?
What a fucking day. I was going to punch him in the face.
All right, roll an attack roll as they're already on the ground, so that's at advantage.
Lovely. Unfortunately, Fitz uses strength but not death.
You're a Hitfoot man. Surely you're at least like a flat
That did not
zero.
roll with advantage. That's 15 to hit.
Alright, yeah, you hit this man in the face, knocking him straight the fuck out.
Absolutely no damage. He just starts crying.
There's 1 point of damage.
Single point of damage.
Um,
Just-
no, see, at the speed you were going, you know, your
It's
fist,
a
yeah, you're just able
Yep,
to
I'll
knock him out.
fucking grab the bag with his like hands still tied behind his back or whatever. Full Jack Sparrow just running through the streets to find the fucking sewer.
People give you weird fucking looks, and eventually, yeah, you dive into the sewer. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Apothecary, as you and Pierre are being led by Sanic, suddenly, Pierre makes a loud sound as Arlie falls on them, knocking them out.
Oh, hello there. You managed to escape on your own?
No, your rescue party was taking far too long.
I'm sorry, we had to solve a Rubik's Cube for some insane man.
Well, it's fine. I was able to easily triangulate your locations.
Apothecary, you notice that that Arlie is quite heavily bruised, their clothing a bit torn, and their eye is a black eye. You don't know how it happened, but
Seems to
That's
take a
what you
bit
see.
of beating there.
Barely. I cough up blood.
Well, I can't help that. I don't have any normal healing potions.
Well, just a quick thought. I wonder if we kill and eat, and he points towards Sanic. If that might make me feel better. Magical creatures often have those sort of effects, right?
I don't think he's magical. I think he's poisonous.
the giant rat starts to bite and gnaw at itself. Can you both roll me perception? What's your passive perceptions, actually?
12. No,
Look
11.
Looking at the luminous blue rat, I don't need to make a perception roll to tell you he's diseased.
Good! I was gonna say you guys notice little black things hopping off its fur.
That is a very diseased rat, and that'll only make you feel worse. I'll tell you what.
I don't particularly want to sleep in the sewer, which I'm worried you're about to suggest.
No, we'll get you back to camp.
Is your camp
It's about 10 minutes out of town.
sleeping on the ground?
We're sleeping outside, we're camping.
I'm not sure I will approve of this.
It's that or the sewers.
Why did you run from the city in the first place?
Because we're currently wanted.
I managed to infiltrate the enemy's stronghold and come back with information.
I don't think you infiltrated them willingly.
Can Arlie, would he be able to actually retrace his steps to where that building he was being held was?
Roll me survival.
Go on, Ally.
It's fine. Good survival. But 10.
Arlie thinks he can.
And I'm pretty sure I've worked out exactly where this egg and snake are being held.
Yes.
If we can find me a good bed, I think we can head back and control their stronghold. And manage to weaken their defences and fortifications on my way out.
It's a very posh way of saying you kicked the door down.
Fell through a door.
Fell through a door.
The fucking wall. They'd never expect a full frontal assault with just two of us.
Yes, because it would be suicidal.
Never see it coming. And we'd have the element of surprise.
Well, I still need a weapon. All I've got's this short bow that's on lend to me through Pierre, which is currently unconscious. And
What
it's
happened to
sat
your-
on their head?
What happened to your other weapons?
They were disarmed from me during the ensuing fight.
You haven't managed to retrieve them yet. I pulls out so that I managed to get this one, though, escape.
As you reach into the bag and pull something out, you accidentally pull out a sword. Well, not what the fuck is it? It's not a short sword. The fuck is it in D&D terms?
A long sword.
Yes, that's it. I keep
There's
mixing
short
up long
there's
swords.
short swords, long swords, rapiers, and scimitars.
Yeah,
I
long
don't
sword.
like the term scimitar.
Why?
Scimitar, because it's a generic term for a whole incredibly wide range of swords.
Curved.
It would be like if you called all swords just sword. What sword is that? It's a sword in it.
It's like taking a katana and saying this is.
It's like it's like taking the wakizashi, the uchi katana, the katana, the irachi. Is that what they fucking call it?
I think so.
And just calling them all katana.
Yeah. I'll allow you pull out a long sword that has a slight glow to it instead of your gun.
I'm also found myself a new sword. I don't have to learn how to use sword.
Were you not taught how to use a sword in the army?
Well, for ceremonial purposes. Can I roll a performance to do something flashy?
Yeah, go ahead. Just don't roll anything under a 5.
Arlo tries to knight me and accidentally breaks my arm.
I think worse, I've got a sword. That's 5. What do you tell me to roll under?
Don't roll under a 5. Yeah, a 5, you, what are you trying to do? And I'll tell you what you do.
I would like to throw the sword up into the air and then spin it around and catch it.
Alright. You toss the sword into the air, it clings off the ceiling, and as it falls down, you cower away from it as it almost cuts your whole face in half. But that
Honestly,
seemed pretty impressive.
I was kind of expecting just to hear a plop as it hit the water.
No. But it almost stabbed Pierre.
With a sword? You try, and all I wants to watch the apothecary try to do the same trick.
Whoa, what do I have to roll a performance?
Yeah, performance.
Proficient with swords.
I'm brilliant at martial weapons. The problem is my strength is 0, so giving me anything other than a rapier or a short sword means I'm useless. Aha! That is actually a 17.
Would you want the sword or not?
Sure, I'll have the sword. It's
Gabe, it is also a finesse sword for some reason.
Oh, yeah, actually. That's exactly what I was going to say. As you pick up this sword, the power of it, you can just feel it radiating. It's a special +1 sword with the ability to use dex as the modifier instead of strength.
lovely, thank you very much. So it's a +1 long sword.
$25 for it.
Yes. You, and with that 17 of a performance, you're able to do what all I couldn't.
Get fucked in the head. See, I stole some really nice pencils from work the other day, and I put them in my bag, and I don't know where my bag's gone. I'm sure it's not. You can check under that pile of crap.
I have to admit, I love Arlai's competence in competence.
Arlie is very confident for someone who's completely incompetent.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I like literally the smartest person you've ever met.
Yeah. He's still nearly got himself killed several times.
I can tell you any fact about any point in history in the Astral State.
Yeah.
Are they
It's
right?
not very helpful information. Yeah, Arlai has a 20 intelligence. Arlai
Oh,
is
that's fair.
genuinely a genius.
Arlie has a fucking 20. He doesn't act like he's got a 20 intelligence.
It's just a very specific memories. Right. The entire history of the Astral Sea. You know, the knowledge of 1,000 like wizards' lifetimes he's read in books, but doesn't help navigate a city.
No, it doesn't.
No.
We need more wisdom, you know. All his skills are completely wasted. Even his biggest attributes, you know. Well, you can have that sword. I liberated it from the enemy, making them even weaker than I thought.
Thank you, Arlie. Do you think you're would you like to attack the fort now, or would you like to return to camp and rest? What time is it currently? It's like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it's like 2,
Would
3
like
in the morning.
to find a bed. If we liberated a bed from somewhere and brought it with us, I assume you people are navigating the city using the sewers. Or did you just fall down here as well? I mean, tactically decide to make a imminent escape.
No, we've been sneaking in and out of the city via the sewers.
Arlai,
Wonderful. Then we should liberate a comfortable bed and mattress, potentially a duvet and pillows, and then head onwards to your camp.
Would you be unwilling to sleep in a hammock?
Sturdy hammock are we talking?
The apothecary just shrugs.
Yeah, there have been hammock-related issues in the past. I don't
Arlai,
like
as you're mentioning this, something comes into your head. Maybe the reason you couldn't perform the trick is because your hands are still tied behind your back.
Oh, like a wall is still attached to my eye. He just wasn't gonna bring it up. Yeah, confidence of this situation.
That's kind of what helped knock out Pierre. Is
Like, just giving you this sword, but cannot get up off the floor because he cannot use his arms.
The apothecary is going to go around to the back of our line and cut his hands free. Did our line fall down a grate with a ladder on it, or did he just fall down a hole?
you know what, Jess? You could pick.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Oh, you get to use your special DM's coin
If I can find it.
that's on your shelf.
Yes or no? What was the question? Did I fall down one with a ladder?
Yeah. Maybe you could flip a coin.
No. I fell down a hole.
You just chose to jump in the first sewer grate you saw. Sadly, it fell on Pierre.
I saw a storm drain and was like, this is a great idea.
Again, it's this confidence that Arlo was pretty sure this would work out. It could not have got him closer to his allies.
Competent incompetence.
Everyone's like, look, we keep going in the sewers. That's where I'll find my friends.
We went in the sewers once before, we can do it again. Yeah.
Am I wrong?
The sewers has very quickly become our point of, if in doubt, go into the sewers.
How long? I mean, let's be real. There's a reason the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles haven't been caught yet. No one wants to walk around in shit.
Also, because it's New York and the sound of screaming and the smell of pizzas coming from the sewers probably isn't that special.
No.
No, and the Ninja
yeah,
Turtles
pizza
shoot
rats.
flame molten pizzas at people's faces.
Yeah,
Molten burning hot cheese.
that shit's like 3rd-degree burns.
Much like the great Donatello once said, say no to yes, say pizza to drugs.
I'll give drugs away for free pizza. Yeah, and on that note, you guys start to head out of there. As you can hear sirens and whatnot above ground.
If Lala is that desperate to find a real bed and not sleep on the bedroll he's been carrying for days.
Yeah. I'll try his best, but I will come with you to the camp.
You can
What's your
go
strength?
up and rob someone
Zero.
if you want.
Yeah, Alex doesn't actually want to rob someone, but if he could get the apothecary to easily find a bed, it would have gone very well for him.
Well,
I'm assuming Alex on like 2 health at this point.
Yeah.
we gotta, if you want to find a bed, we A, gotta find a ladder, B, gotta find either an unattended house or somewhere we can steal a bed from.
It's up to you guys.
Pierre is currently unconscious, so
Yeah.
my suggestion was going to be let's just get out of here, and then we can come back. We'll get you a bed after tomorrow morning when you're not in immediate danger. Although Clarissa is still currently being held in one of these buildings, but now that Dairy's not around, I can say this. She's either fine or she's dead. I don't think there's a middle ground.
I suppose we have to do what's correct for the mission. Yeah, and then I'm assuming we have a nice easy time for the sewers. There's no more weird Rubik's Cubes or whatever the fuck this thing is. Like,
Just roll me a D100.
are we following a Sanic?
Yeah, you're following a Sanic.
What the fuck? This is the apothecary. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Following this diseased hedgehog.
Is there a particular reason you're following a diseased hedgehog?
Well, I'm following this diseased rat because the guy who tried to murder me because I called him Jeff instead of Geff.
Yeah,
We just kicked the shit out of him and we let him live.
I'm considering we should probably lay some sort of trail. Because obviously, we want to get back to this very spot. We may not always be able to follow Sanic. I can offer pots, tubes, siphons, tanks, various substances, measuring balance, flask funnels, and 20 bolts.
The way you say various substances concerns me, I like.
Looks at what's on the fucking apothecary. Various substances.
Like,
You're actually a drug dealer. What?
this smells like shit and I hate it here.
Lovely. Right. I've also got 6 copper pieces I can put down. That's about 30 to 50 things. That's not particularly helpful, but it's the start of a path. What can you add? You'll make acid burns along the things with your powerful acid spit?
The apothecary takes their bag off of their back, reaches into their bag, takes out 50 feet of rope,
Thank fuck. Oh, I'm so glad.
and then cuts that 50 feet of rope into little half-foot chunks.
Yep.
So we have 100 little chunks to leave a trail with.
Arlai does not have rope.
As you take out the rope, Sanic's ears perk up, and it makes giant rat noises.
If you eat the rope, I will shoot you, rat.
Awesome.
It starts to make squeaking noises. Then it go. I can't squeak in real life.
I want to make my position clear.
And suddenly, the ground underneath both of you, and the rat, and Pierre, starts to shake. I don't know what button you pressed, Nico, but that wasn't the right one.
The apothecary sighs, picks up Pierre, and starts to move.
Yeah.
As you are the first one to start moving, I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. I'm
Beat
good at
a
them.
13.
That will be a 18.
Pass. Are you heading straight forward?
I am heading away from the rumbly ground.
All right.
In whatever direction that may take me.
Apothecary.
All I goes the opposite direction.
All right. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
I don't want to.
You gotta roll it or you fail.
I don't want to fail either. That's 13.
That's a fail. Arlai, as you try to run past the apothecary, you press your hand against the wall and the wall collapses once more with you. With the ground shaking, the wall collapsing. Apothecary, you watch Arlai fall into this wall and go into the darkness. But I'm assuming you have dark vision.
Yeah, I have dark vision.
Yeah,
I don't think Arlai does.
No, Arlai doesn't. And yeah, and Arlai, as you roll down this hill-like thing, suddenly you can't see anything, but a flash of smoke emerges, and in that flash you can see something huge, a shadow bigger than anything you've ever seen before, shrouds the walls. The hill that you just rolled down from, tumbling, now getting wet a little bit with sewage, hard to climb back up. And then once more, as the poof fades, the light fades and welcomes back in the darkness.
Are you still alive down there?
I'm not sure. Everything's dark, and then there's a patch of even more dark.
Pretty dark. What can the apothecary see as they look down into this hole?
With your dark vision, you can see on the slant at the bottom is Arlai with a little bit of sewage water kind of surrounding their hands.
Is this like just a cave in? Is it like an old part of the sewer? Is it just a different part of the sewer? Are the walls made out of like the same brick as the sewer walls, or were the walls made out of just stone?
It seems like an older, mossier stone.
Okay. The apothecary is going to do the sensible thing. They are going to place Pierre in a safe place, and they are going to look for a spot to attach a rope to.
roll me. Yeah, you know what? You can either pick essentially what little railing there is, or Sanic.
The apothecary is going to test the railing by running into it.
Roll acrobatics
they're
or
gonna-
athletics.
They're gonna use acrobatics and they're gonna give it like a proper shoulder barge. That's a 7.
It's sturdy.
Oh, the apothecary ties a rope to it, and then like uses the rope to essentially climb down to our line.
Once again, another shake as another explosion happens down this tunnelway. Arlai, your vision. You once again gain vision. Apothecary, roll a dexterity saving throw to try to hold on to this rope without tumbling.
That's a 12.
Fails. You tumble down next to Arlai, and through the light that has appeared, you can see a large shadow once more down this cave. Or cave.
Arlai, wait here. You can't see in the dark. Let me go ahead. The apothecary is going to attempt to sneak towards whatever the fuck is creating these explosions.
Roll a stealth.
That's 13.
Yeah, you start to make your way down this hole. You can follow if you want. But the last thing you see is...
can't see me.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, it's just a straight shot, essentially. Straight shot and then to the left from how the light keeps exploding down this tunnel. But that slight curve to the left as you go down, you start to see equipment, as in vials and books. Completely turning this corner, you see at a desk a little kobold. They're wearing a pointy hat and a nice little robe, as they're just muttering to themselves. They seem to be taking vials and flasks and mixing different ingredients.
Can I use my chemical knowledge to try and determine what they're doing?
Yeah, roll with advantage too. Medicine or Arcana. Roll Arcana
Arcana. I'm
with
okay
advantage.
with that. Intelligence save. That's a 14.
They seem to be making some sort of potion, and that was with advantage, right?
Yeah, that was with
Okay.
advantage. I rolled 2 dice and I rolled a 6 and an 11.
They seem to be making some type of potion, whether it be a poison, whether it be magical in nature. You don't know, but it's safe to assume it is magical in nature, with the explosions and the rumbling, as they start to mix a few different other chemicals together, and another, and another explosion once again occurs. This time, Arlai, you can see 2 shadows. And one seems quite identifiable.
One of them seemed like a grumpy plague doctor.
As the kobold says loud enough, no, that won't do. That won't impress.
So these next couple words are either going to get me killed or are going to make us a new friend. The apothecary.
Arlai's so annoyed he's not able to have that conversation.
The apothecary is going to wander forwards and say aloud to the kobold, "It's because you're getting your measurements wrong."
You can tell by the way they stop and their head jolts up. They are now on alert. They turn around and look at you.
Sorry, I'm a little lost, but I just heard your experiment, and from the sounds of it, it sounds like you've got too much of your base formula.
Well, that's what the book says. Or at least the little bits I still have left of it.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Be my guest.
The apothecary is going to attempt to look at what little book they.
You can speak Draconic, right? Or read Draconic.
Yes.
Alright.
I can speak, read, and write Draconic.
You pick up this book, and I need you to roll a intelligence check.
Can I make it a history check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yay, I'm proficient in that. I needed that extra 2. That's a 13.
You're 13. You're not able to read it that well, but you are able to note that this book's wording in ink has been smudged, and the smell coming off this book, it's like everywhere else. It stinks. It smells like shit and piss.
I would just like to make it known that a snake's main sense is their sense of smell, and the apothecary is very upset being in this place.
With that being said, this stinks. Well, I don't have to say it. The kobold looks at you. Can you read it? You can read some of the formula, but because of what kind of formula it is, if you want to fully understand it, you'd have to roll an Arcana.
Sure, let's roll an Arcana then.
Sure, the letters and everything, it's in Draconic. You're able to understand that part. But the letters and everything are smudged. Quite heavily.
It went up to a 14.
Oh, nice.
You noticed with the Arcana roll that this is a spell book. As you took it from this guy, you looked at it, the pages. You haven't looked at the front, but as you do, you notice that it says Liz the Wiz on the front.
Of course the numbers in it are all wrong. It's a wizard's spell book. It's not an alchemical book. It gives you the formula, but it just gives you the general formula. Can I look at the ingredients and try and distinguish what the potion's actually trying to be?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll. This one is going to be Arcana again. Roll Arcana. And as you roll, I'm gonna turn on my light.
Dice.
Hold on.
Did I get a point for doing the recap?
Time for the light to go on. Alright, what'd you get?
Did I get a point for doing the recap?
Yes.
Cool, I'm gonna re-roll this number.
What was it?
It was like a 7.
Alright, that's fair.
Haha. Arcana check, did you say?
Yeah.
That's an 18.
On the 18, there's enough ingredients here for a fireball. It seems like they're trying to make a essentially a 7th level spell of a fireball.
Which I know enough to be able to get the measurements right where they couldn't.
With your Arcana check of an 18, you're able to understand a few things as you look around this. See the measurements, see this wizard's spell book, and knowing yourself as someone who tampers with things here and there, the only reason why everything hasn't exploded in this guy's face is he's been casting counterspell against this concoction each time he fails. Oh, you're able to make your way over here by now if you want.
Just blindly stumbling with no help. Just fully bumped into 14 things on the way here. I found my way.
It's
Hello.
two of you.
Yes.
Yes. Ally Helder. His Majesty's the 7th Rifles. Base Battalion.
Me and my friend were traveling and we got lost.
Oh. I'm sorry.
It's a very big place down here.
Yeah. Welcome to my home. And my research center. I am Ard the Wiz, descendant of Liz the Wiz. What are your names? Arlai and...
They call me the apothecary.
Ooh. So you would possibly be able to help. See,
I do know my way around the alchemical arts.
every year, the people above ground like to have this weird get together where they drink and scream and make loud noises.
I feel we're about to aid a domestic terrorist. What's the worst that could happen?
I feel like we've done worse things recently. We're just interrupting a stupid festival. And does it cause you some distress?
It caused
This
me
festival?
and my clan distress.
Yes,
See-
well, that seems like we're doing the right thing by blowing up the Gallifrey Festival.
That's what they call it? And Ard
Yes,
tilts
after
her
some
head.
wizard who died a long time ago.
Oh.
As long as you help us get his alchemy pouch, I think we could be amenable to blowing some people up.
Well,
You wouldn't happen to have a comfortable bed.
I'm not trying. Well, we kobolds love comfort. I'm not trying to blow people up. No. See, a few of us other Ards, wizards down here, are trying to impress the dragon that lands in the center of town in a few days every year. See, this dragon, we truly believe...
Yes, the dragon that the wizard was having sex with, I remember. I believe you met briefly, didn't you?
What, the dragon that lives in the mountain?
I assume it's the same dragon. You're not going to get two dragons coming up close otherwise, right?
Especially not red dragon.
Is it a red dragon you're talking about, kobolds?
Yes.
Yes. And the apothecary here has met them. They're good friends. Good friends.
So you can help convince the dragon that we are its descendants?
I could try.
Yeah, it seems like a better idea than trying to blow everyone up. Especially if there's a dragon about.
Oh, and
Yeah.
also that thing you're mixing, you want sulfur and bat guano, but you want to dilute the sulfur powder into either holy water or blood.
You're sure you know what you're doing,
Oh,
Apothecary?
Yes, I've done this like twice.
twice.
I question Apothecary's science, but sure.
See,
Well,
we thought we could. I thought I could substitute the bat guano with rat droppings. There seems to be a lot of rat problems in these under caverns. And sometimes there's whistles and they come scurrying from the weirdest places.
Of course you can replace it. You just need to use more water.
Ah.
This absolutely makes sense, and you should definitely use my method.
Bat guano is a lot runnier than
both of you roll me a persuasion check. Highest persuasion wins.
What do you mean? I don't. We're not doing persuasion. We're trying to do potion making or whatever.
Yeah, okay. This is for which one he chooses to go by. More or less.
Well, yeah, but one of us is right.
And one of you's gonna
I assume we would have the numbers to back it up.
Yeah.
We're
both high intelligence. I assume you can dilute rat droppings with something.
We're both people of science, so
yeah, that's fair.
I think whoever rolls a higher
is the right one.
Higher alchemy supply check.
Alchemy supply check. What's
alchemy proficiency?
Proficiency, isn't it?
Alchemy supplies proficiency check.
That's cheating because you got higher intelligence.
And proficiency with the thing I'm suggesting.
I've also got proficiency with alchemy.
All right. Let's see how this roll off will go to see who is able to make.
Like I only jumped in because I thought I could beat you at this.
Odd.
I was pushing so hard for this roll.
What'd you roll, Jess?
What do we want?
13. Gath, you have to beat a 13.
I beat a 13. What will prevail? Digital dice or physical dice? 17.
Plus whatever.
Plus whatever. Plus 3 from my intelligence and 2 from my proficiency. So that's a 22 on my end.
Actually, I'm not sure you could use rat droppings. I don't think they contain nearly the right amount of chemicals. Maybe the apothecary is right.
See, we only use rats because we've been told that they're just bats without wings. Oh, is that?
You might be getting confused with the fact that pigeons are the rats of the sky.
Yeah. That's it. Anyway,
yes,
once
rats and bats at the floor.
Once the great dragon appears, I'm hoping to
burn up and eat it.
I don't think a single level 7 fireball will blow up a whole dragon.
So I'm sorry, I believe I was thinking out loud. Ignore that last statement.
Hoping that the fireball be impressive enough so that the dragon chooses us and recognizes that we are its descendants.
Would a breathing fire be more impressive?
I mean, I can already do that. But if I can breathe fire and have it look like a giant fireball comes out, yes.
Breathing fire is a great party trick.
Are you actually the descendants of this dragon?
That's what I was told by my grandfather.
Was your great grandfather a human that goes by the name Gallifrey?
No idea. But somewhere down my line, my grandfather was told by their grandfather, told by their grandfather, that was told by their grandfather that they learned magic. And somewhere down the line, the blood was diluted. Eventually, my people were hunted down by the humans above ground and told to flee and scatter. We all will be killed and destroyed. So, my ancestors decided to, as they used to call it, and then he goes, which is Draconic for live in the stench.
Definitely the stench.
But then the humans started to build above. And they forgot about this place. And there's only a few of us left. But each of us is fighting to try and impress the Red Dragon.
Well, I mean, me and Arlai are both intelligent people, although we haven't had a lot of sleep recently. So if you had somewhere comfortable and safe for us to get a few hours shut eye, we'd be able to help you with your ingredients.
Yes! Come with me. And he starts to lead you. Maybe not Arlai, because Arlai can't see.
I pull Arlai by the hand.
So he starts to lead you and Arlai into a side room and shows you all essentially what could be considered a nest. I sleep here. It's the most comfortable thing I own. On inspection, it seems to be just like a bunch of copper coins.
How comfy does this look?
Must truly be descendants of dragons.
Alright, roll a perception check.
If Arlai really wants it, he can have my bedroll so we can double up. Make the floor more comfortable.
I just snore more loudly on the floor. It's not even a problem for him, it's just a problem for everyone else. That's a 13.
On your 13, this seems like the most comfortable thing you can't see.
No, I mean, I can just sleep in his sleep roll with everyone else. I think this should be fine.
But the kobold seems excited. He keeps shaking himself. Like an autistic person stimming.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a trait throughout our party as well.
What?
Autistic stimming. Well, the we've all probably got a quirk.
Why is Arlai autistic stewing on the ground?
No, the cobalt is excited. He's shaking its body, like its hips, its tail wagging, like it's autistically stimming.
Oh.
You guys rest here. Most comfortable place in this part of the...
Yes, the great sting.
I will be back. Need to go find bats. And if you guys want, you can take a long rest.
Yes, I would like to take the long rest.
Yes.
We're level 6 yet.
No.
Well, try.
kill this level 15 wizard, and you can have your level 6.
What are we? We're still only level 3, aren't we?
No, you're level 10. No, you're level 5. Wait, are you serious? Asking if you're level 3?
I forgot what fucking level.
We're level 5.
Are we
Yeah.
level 5? Fuck,
You're
I've
level
been
5.
treating-
Proficiency.
I've been treating my proficiency as +2.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm an idiot. We've established this.
You have extra attack now.
Have an extra attack? I've not been doing anything with it. I haven't had a weapon for the last 4 sessions.
Whose fault is that?
The bastard that murdered me.
Exactly. He's dead now. You killed him. They have to hire someone new.
Fuck, I have absolutely no idea. Which one of these is the one I want? Is it that one?
But yeah, you're all able to have a a long, uncomfortable rest. Ow.
Oh, my Hemocraft die is now a D6.
Is that good?
No, not really.
You get more dice.
Well, now instead of doing a D4 with my, what's it called, I do a D6. But it also means I take 6 damage every time I activate it.
You know how good it's going to take all damage?
You take damage to deal damage. What's so bad about that?
The fact that statistically, because of the way these dice work, 9 times out of 10, I will take more damage than I will deal.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah. The very next day, you guys sleep for about good 8 hours. Time seems to not exist when you can't see the sunlight. You're the last to wake up, as your body really needed this rest.
I never did an ability score improve either.
Jesus
Whatever.
Christ, Cat, I'm so sorry.
I did the health, I just never did the ability score.
Yeah, I don't know
My
what to
brain
say.
must have just completely fucking ignored it.
We know we did the health. I don't know why you didn't do the rest of it.
I have no idea, but now I have some extra hit points because I upped my one.
So
Yeah.
wait.
Fair enough.
You guys were level 4 when you fought
My health should be 50.
I don't know what to say, Gabe.
Purple Rain.
We've been level 5 for ages.
I don't know. I did the health. I upped my health. I just never gave myself an ability score improve or changed the number I had written down for my efficiency bonus.
It's okay. It
I'm
happens.
just fucking idiot apparently.
You could have. Yeah, it's fine. It happens. As you sleep, you have dreams of being back at, boot camp.
Oh yes, Arla is suffering from PTSD.
You have the way your mind was manipulated and your body taking that beating. It just brought you back to the good old days. where one portion of troops that were being trained in more of a psionic magic shit would fuck with the troops that were training in artillery and front lines like you. And the hazings you would get.
You remember
Great time.
You remember being woken up by a drill sergeant before the sun was even up, just to go.
I look back fondly on these memories.
Just to go stand in uniform in the pissing rain for an hour, only for you to go straight back, get changed into your PT gear, and then run a 20-mile run.
Apothecary. You're the first to wake. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Go gadget bowel disease. I think that's a pass at 19.
You're able to pass. But even though you're not taking... You're able to stomach through this disease. But once again, your mask has some blood in it. You can feel the blood escape your mouth and enter your mask. It's time to drain the mask out.
The apothecary wipes the blood from their face. Swaps the herbs in the mask, because the herbs were doing something to mask the smell of the sewer.
The cobalt comes running in, excited. Still, the room full of darkness. Thank you so much. I was able to get the right formula. And on this note, I'll let you awaken from the noise of an excited cobalt.
Fun fact, in medieval Europe, they believed that bad smells carry diseases, so they almost understood airborne diseases. Which is why plague doctors' masks were often filled with herbs and filled with paper, because it was believed that it got rid of the bad smells, which got rid of the diseases.
That's quite interesting.
And it actually did help diffuse the disease.
For how long?
It wasn't very good.
I think that's the only reason why I didn't, or it's nothing.
It wasn't very good. It was the problem was not the problem was the second they took their mask off or did anything like that, they didn't wash their hands, so they were immediately taking their diseased hands and putting them on their face, which rendered the masks effectively useless.
Good old plague doctors. Cool fucking mask, bro, but you know, cocaine can only help you so far.
If only they understood germ theory.
But the Cobalt excitedly hands you both a small vial. Here. At any point, breaking the vial will cause the spell to go off. I really appreciate both of your help.
Is this one of his fireball vials?
Yes.
Cool,
This
let me
is
note that
a
down.
level 5 fireball. Essentially. Now, if you guys can promise when the dragon comes to be on my side, I would really, really appreciate it.
Of course, we'll try and help you. What does this cobalt seem to have any defining features that would make him easy to separate from other kobolds in a crowd?
A wizard hat and a wizard robe.
So he's dressed like a wizard.
Yeah. And in his
We'll
room,
be able
since
to
you
tell
have
it's
dark
you
vision.
from your hat.
Yes. There are other kobolds with hats, but they don't have pointy hat like me.
Pointy hats
Pointy
are one of the
hats,
best wizard hats.
Gabe,
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, but I am literally falling asleep at the moment.
It's okay. We can end the session here.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Nothing. I might go grocery shopping at best. But that's
Well,
like that'll take like.
I say, if you want to continue this before my D&D tomorrow, I'd be up for it because I feel bad for dying, but
If Snotty's able to come, sure, I'd be down for it.
Wonderful.
But yeah, now you guys are a little more well equipped when you want to go destroy the stronghold.
Yeah. We can commit domestic
It's
terrorism.
good. I'd like this game on. I wish I could have found out more.
Well, his name's Ard the Wiz.
Yes, on the kobold.